Hi there. Today we'll explain where to find your UTR number and why it's essential for managing your UK tax affairs correctly.
Did you know a single missing 10-digit number could automatically cost you a £100 fine this January? Hello and a very warm welcome to this explainer brought to you by Pro Tax Accountant. I am absolutely thrilled you're tuning in. Today, we're tackling one of the most frustrating, panic-inducing hurdles for UK taxpayers: how to find your UTR number. And trust me, getting a grip on this is absolutely crucial right now, especially as we gear up for the massive 2026-27 tax deadlines and the wider rollout of Making Tax Digital.
Right, picture this scenario. You're a hard-working UK sole trader, maybe pulling in around £50,000 a year. You've done the hard bit, right? You've got your receipts perfectly sorted, your business expenses are meticulously tallied up, and you're sitting at your desk on a freezing late January evening, totally ready to finally submit your self-assessment. You log on, take a deep breath, and suddenly, you just freeze. The system is demanding your UTR number, and for the life of you, you literally cannot find it anywhere. Whether you're that sole trader, a busy freelancer, a property owner pulling in rent, or even a high-earning PAYE employee, it is a completely relatable moment of sheer panic. You are just staring at the calendar, watching the clock mercilessly tick down to that January 31st deadline.
And honestly, that panic is entirely justified because there is an immediate 100 quid on the line here. That £100 is the automatic penalty handed down by HMRC if a missing UTR delays your tax return past the deadline. You see, HMRC operates on highly automated systems. The computer simply doesn't care if you had a dog ate my homework situation or if you just misplaced a piece of paper during a house move. If the clock strikes midnight and you haven't filed because you were missing that number, bam, the £100 fine is issued automatically. And it only gets worse from there, because daily penalties start kicking in if you hit the 3-month mark. Nobody wants to hand over their hard-earned cash over a misplaced reference code. But don't worry, because today we are going to fix this and get you your peace of mind back.
Here at Pro Tax Accountant, we are your friendly, expert guides through all this tax chaos. So here is our game plan for today's explainer. We'll cover what a UTR actually is, where you need to look first, how to recover a genuinely lost UTR, the difference between a personal and company UTR, and finally, how we at PTA can support you.
Okay, let's dive into Section 1. What exactly is a UTR?
UTR stands for Unique Taxpayer Reference. Basically, it's a highly confidential 10-digit numeric code issued directly to you by HMR Revenue and Customs. Think of it as your absolute unique personal tax fingerprint. HMRC uses this specific sequence to identify you out of millions of other taxpayers and to seamlessly link your tax returns, your payments, and your entire financial history straight to your specific record. As we move firmly into the 2026-27 tax year and HMRC really ramps up that Making Tax Digital initiative, this number is the critical anchor for your entire digital tax footprint. Without it, well, you essentially don't exist in the self-assessment system.
Now here's a bit of good news. Did you know your Unique Taxpayer Reference never actually changes? It is literally yours for life. Unlike a passport or a driving license that runs out and needs renewing, you do not need to constantly apply for a new one. Once HMRC issues it to you, that exact 10-digit sequence remains securely glued to your identity forever. So even if you stop being a sole trader for, say, 5 years to take up full-time employment, and then you start a brand new side hustle later on, you'll use the exact same UTR. If you have ever registered for self-assessment in the past, rest assured you definitely have one floating around somewhere.
This 10-digit code is the absolute golden key HMRC requires for virtually everything you do with them. Whether you're registering a new business structure, filing a self-assessment return, or trying to claim a tax refund, it's mandatory. For instance, take a look at an official HMRC form like the SA-401 used for registering partners. Right there on question 10, it explicitly demands your unique taxpayer reference. As we transition into fully digital tax records, every single digital prompt and physical piece of correspondence relies on this as the ultimate anchor point for your identity. If you can't provide it, the whole process just grinds to a halt. Speaking of forms, this brings me to a remarkably common mistake, and it's one we accountants see all the time: confusing your UTR with your national insurance number. I've seen stressed taxpayers desperately trying to jam their national insurance number into a digital box meant for a UTR, just getting error after frustrating error. Let's clear this up. Your personal UTR is specifically a 10-digit numeric code used strictly for self-assessment and tax returns. Your national insurance number, on the other hand, is a 9-character code, usually a mix of letters and numbers, and that's used for your general employment, claiming benefits, and building up your state pension. you absolutely cannot substitute one for the other when you're filing your taxes. They serve two completely different governmental functions. Right, let's move on to Section 2, the treasure hunt, or where you should look first. Before you go picking up the phone in a total panic, we need to run through a quick, practical checklist. Digital is obviously the fastest route here, so first, check the HMRC app or log into your personal tax account via the government gateway. If you're more old school and prefer physical paperwork, go raid your filing cabinet. You're hunting for the SA 250 letter. That's the official Welcome to Self-Assessment letter you got when you first registered. Alternatively, dig out any previous SA 100 tax returns. That's your standard paper tax return from previous years, and your UTR will be stamped right on the front page. Finally, have a look at any payment reminders or notices to file from HMRC. Your UTR is proudly printed at the top right of almost every official letter they post to you. Now, if you have a smartphone, the absolute fastest digital route for retrieving your UTR is the official HMRC app. It's brilliant. Once you've done the initial login with your government gateway credentials, you can set it up to grant instant access using just a 6-digit PIN, your fingerprint, or even facial recognition. From the main menu, just tap under Self-Assessment or Your Details, and boom, your 10-digit UTR is displayed right there on the screen. Honestly, getting set up on this app is a really smart, future-proof move anyway, especially as those making tax digital requirements expand for all sole traders in the 2026/27 tax year. It literally puts your entire tax profile right in your pocket.
Okay, moving to Section 3, the recovery protocol for when it's genuinely lost.
Professional tip here, and it's a big one. HMRC will never, ever read your UTR out to you over the phone or web chat. This is a super strict security protocol designed to protect your highly confidential tax identity from fraud. It is so important to manage your expectations on this. If you're calling them up on January 30th, waiting an hour in a massive queue, just hoping the agent will read the number out so you can quickly file online, you are unfortunately going to be deeply disappointed. They simply aren't allowed to do it. So, if you've checked the app, scoured the filing cabinet, and you genuinely cannot find it, here is the exact step-by-step recovery process. First, gather your national insurance number, because you will definitely need it to prove who you are. Second, call the HMRC Self-Assessment Helpline on 0300 200 3310. Third, you'll need to answer several security questions to pass their identity checks. And finally, once you pass, you just have to wait. HMRC will trigger a physical letter containing your UTR, and it will be posted to your registered home address. This usually takes around 10 to 15 working days. Sitting around waiting for 2 to 3 weeks while a penalty deadline is looming over your head is agonizingly frustrating. And honestly, this is exactly why proactively keeping track of your tax details is just so vital. Section 4. Personal versus company UTR. Now, if you happen to be the director of a limited company, you face an extra layer of complexity here. Why? Because you actually have two completely different UTR numbers in your life. You've got your personal UTR, which is used for your own individual self-assessment tax returns, for declaring your salary and any dividends you draw. But your limited company is a separate legal entity entirely. It gets its very own unique company UTR from HMRC shortly after you incorporate at Companies House. That company UTR is used strictly for corporation tax filings, like your CT 600 form. It is absolutely vital that you do not mix these two 10-digit numbers up when you're filing your paperwork. Otherwise, you are going to cause a massive administrative headache for yourself. And hey, it isn't just limited companies that have dual reference numbers. Business partnerships also have their own separate UTRs. If we look back at the SA 401 form again, question 17 specifically asks for the Partnership Unique Taxpayer Reference. So if you're in a business partnership, just remember that the partnership itself has a UTR for its joint tax return, while you, as an individual partner, also have your own separate personal UTR to declare your specific share of those profits. The golden rule here, keep them separate and keep them safe. And finally, Section 5, PTA support and wrapping things up.
Let's quickly recap your recovery timelines so you know exactly how to plan your approach. If you use the HMRC app or your online government gateway, retrieval is literally instant. If you can dig through your filing cabinet and find old tax returns or letters, it's immediate. But if you have to rely on a postal request via the HMRC helpline, you absolutely must budget a full 10 to 15 days for delivery. Knowing these speeds and acting early is exactly how you protect yourself from that incredibly stressful $100 late filing penalty.
Before we finish up today, please take a brief moment to note our disclaimer.
This explainer is for educational purposes only and is meant to serve as a general guide. It does not constitute formal financial or tax advice. Tax rules in the UK can be super complex and very specific to your individual circumstances, so we always highly recommend consulting a qualified professional before making any concrete financial decisions.
And honestly, that is exactly where we come in. If dealing with HMRC, hunting down lost UTRs, and worrying about self-assessment deadlines in the 2026-27 tax year is keeping you up at night, just hand it over to the experts. Contact ProTax Accountant today. You can call our friendly team directly on 07985 689912, drop us an email at info@protaxaccountant.co.uk, or visit our website at www.protaxaccountant.co.uk. We can actually liaise with HMRC on your behalf, securely retrieve your UTR, and handle all your filings seamlessly for you. Oh, and if you found this explainer helpful, please hit that subscribe button on our channel for more clear, no-nonsense tax advice.
I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. Are you ready to finally stop panicking and conquer your tax return with total confidence? Seriously, do not let a simple missing 10-digit number stand between you and your peace of mind. Check your app, scour through your physical paperwork, and if you ever need a helping hand, reach out to ProTax Accountant today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next explainer.